Welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs Podcast. I'm your host, Dan. Today's July 27th, 2021, and today's episode is called Minnesota Baseball Crow River Valley League, CRVL. Playoff season is here. And the regular season is done. And what we've got is standings. 14 teams in the Crow River. As you can see on the left is the seeding. Final seeding of these 14 teams. Now teams 1 and 2 get an automatic bye for this first round. And this is why we're doing this show. It gets to be a little complex, but you get 14 teams in the conference. One of the larger conference in the state. Many teams have 8, 10, 12 teams in there. Conference. They do a double elimination playoffs. Problem solved. Winners advance to go to state. Here you get 14. So what they'll do is give the top 2 teams byes. So if you look on the right, Waconia, first seed, will get a bye. Plato will get a bye. Not because Plato had the second best record. If you look down, Watertown number 3, 14-5, 1 game better. But Plato's in the South. They won the South outright. South Division of the Crow River gives them a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Waconia won the North Division outright. They get a bye in the playoffs. After that, the remaining 12 teams are seeded regardless of North or South, all commingled together in win-loss records. So therefore, Watertown gets the 3 seed, Carver and Young America seeds 4 and 5, Mayor, Cologne, and then down we go all the way to 14. If you look on the right, the black block there are the teams in this round of the playoffs. What this round of the playoffs does is this. They play a 2 of 3 game series, best 2 of 3. And what that'll do with these remaining 12 teams, all 12 teams will play here in the black bracket. Winners, 6 of them, will advance. Losers will go home. So this first round of the playoffs, what the purpose is to eliminate 6 teams, and their seasons will be done. 6 teams will be eliminated. Now, 6 will move on to the Region 7C tournament, along with the top 2 teams, Waconia and Plato, who had previous byes. So those 6 plus the 2 is 8. That will be a double elimination tournament called 7C. 7C. Now in all of baseball, Class C rankings, state of Minnesota, here's the latest and greatest top 10 rankings. Waconia Lakers, number 1 in the entire state. So they've got this bye. We're not going to talk about them too much for this round. But if you look at also receiving votes, the first team is Plato Blue Jays, also with the bye. They're essentially ranked 11th in the state. But the remaining teams in Region 7C, which is the exact same as the Crow River League, Crow River Valley League, we also have 2 teams in there that are also mentioned. Interestingly enough, not Watertown with the better win-loss record, but Young America Cardinals are also mentioned in the Carver Black Sox. So these are the teams that would be, I would consider them the heavy favorites for this round. Now the schedule is announced, looks like this. It's a best of 3, and the brackets are set with 3 games on Tuesday and 3 games on Wednesday. All 7:30 games, night games under the lights for game 1. And then Thursday is game 2 for the group in that first round of games. And then Friday is game 2 for the second group of games. Everybody gets a day off Saturday, and if you sweep, winning both games, you advance. If you don't, it comes down to a rubber match. Game 3, if necessary, all those will be played on Sunday, August 1st. 2 p.m. games. Now, there's 6 games, 6 teams facing each other. There could be all 6 teams playing again on Sunday. An elimination game. or if everyone wins via the sweep, there will be no games on Sunday. So how they have this working is it's a home and an away series. You play one game home, one game on the road, with the day off in between. This is kind of small here. I'm going to break this down to a daily matchup. Tuesday we get New Germany at Watertown. Watertown here, once again, will be the favorite. St. Bonnie on the road at Carver. Now, Carver, no lights, can't host night games. They're going to elect to play their game in Cologne at 7:30. And Carver is one of those teams also mentioned in the Class C top 10. They should also win. Young America goes at Winstead for the first game. Each of these rounds, there's a game that's flipped. The home better seed actually plays on the road the first game. So Young America at Winstead. Young America also mentioned in Class C, they should also be a heavy favorite. These games, this first set of games, I think the favorites will win, possibly in 2-game sweeps, and be done. That's not saying the games will be that good. These could all be blowouts. Here's a second set of games. These would be the ones you may want to end up going to or watch or monitor. Hamburg at Mayer. Mayer, no lights. They will elect to play their home game at Young America, 7:30 p.m. Cologne at Green Isle. Glencoe at Brownton. Here we get some good seeding matchups. 6, 11 against a 6, 7 against a 10, 9 against an 8. Now, invariably, this first round of the playoffs for Crow River, there's at least one upset. 1 or 2 upsets. And I think they're going to come out of this bracket right here. Hamburg can certainly win over Mayer. Green Isle can certainly beat Cologne. Glencoe can certainly beat Brownton. These may be your better games from a fan's perspective. Now, Thursday we get into Game 2. These will be elimination games for the team who lost Game 1. Once again, it's the same set. These could be blowouts. Watertown will play against New Germany. New Germany has no lights. They elect to play their night game at Cologne. They should win. Winstead at home against Young America. Young America should win. Carver versus St. Bonnie. They have no lights. They elect to play their game at Watertown on Thursday. These are elimination games for the team that lost Game 1. Once again, for this group, there will be heavy favorites. The Friday night games. Here's that section of teams where you could see 1, 2, or 3 upsets here. Mayer at Hamburg. Elimination game now for these teams that lost Game 1. They're facing elimination in Game 2. Green Isle at Cologne. Brownton at Glencoe. These, I think, will be the better set of games. Sunday, Game 3. Any of these 6 matchups that each team splits, there'll be a Game 3, be a 2 o'clock game. Home field. Better seed, I think, gets this game, the higher seed. 2 o'clock game, doesn't matter if there's lights or not, it's a 2 p.m. game, so that should be no problem. Once again, there may not be any games. There could be as many as 6 games. And this, of course, will be fun to watch because the winner will advance to the Region 7C. So once again, here's the games for the first round. It's technically called the playoffs because it is. But the Region 7C tournament, double elimination tournament, will be the next round with only 8 teams in it. That gets to be some very good baseball. That's a double elimination tournament. 4 teams will advance to the Class C State Tournament. Now, the regions is going to be hosted at Hamburg and Plato. Plato for day games, Hamburg will get the night games. All those games there should be good. The winner, of course, will go in as the champion of Region 7C, but the top 4 finishers will advance to the State Class C Tournament, which means of the 8 teams that advance in the region, only 4 will be eliminated in that double elimination playoff. Teams that lose 2 will be out. The 4 remaining will go ahead. Now, historically, Crow River Valley represents the Minnesota Class C State Tournament very well. All of these teams that advance out of this group for the state could do well. Now, keep in mind, the host sites are Chaska, Waconia, which if they advance to state could be playing a potential home game on their own field. Hamburg is another state tournament host site. Hamburg, if they advance out of that first round and make it to the Final 4 of the Region 7C, could also be playing on the home field for the state tournament. These games will be good. All these games here will be good, and we will be following these on midweek episodes as well in the midweek. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on our blog, and on YouTube. You can find Andy and I's programs every Sunday morning on Anchor. We'll be doing, of course, a recap of these first round games. Then I'll be doing some predictions the following week of the Region 7C tournament. This was more of an introductory look at how this first round playoffs begin. Not all of the regions in the state have anything like this. Some are just regular double elimination tournaments and they advance on. Some teams are much smaller, some leagues are much smaller where they're still playing some regular season games before the actual playoff begins. But this Crow River, this is a good one to watch. Games start tonight. My name is Dan. Thanks for listening. Today is July 27th.